opinions you're about to hear on this show are strictly those of the panel.
Today's digital landscape with the spread of false information can lead to dangerous outcomes. It's crucial for everyone to think critically and verify sources and reflect on the impact of what they share. Let's promote responsible communication to ensure that truth prevails and actions remain rooted in reality.
The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Friday Night Shit Show. And it's Happy Independence Day.
Happy birthday, America.
So I wanted to say... that's why I named the show Let Freedom Ring. Because honestly, I am happy to be an American and I'm happy to live in America for this 4th of July compared to the last few years on the 4th because I was so depressed. So this has been a really good one. And I'm thankful for everyone who is joining us this evening. And I want to say hi to everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, American Woman, for joining me tonight.
You too.
And thank you, Ruben. And I'm still waiting for Bruce, so he might pop in here in just a minute. And I haven't heard from him, so I had no idea. But I want to share a few people that are in the chat. Thank you, baby girl, and thank you, Woke Breaker. Appreciate you stopping in. Haven't seen you in a while. Happy 4th to you too, Jackie Blue. I appreciate you. And also 31 Kings. So nice to see you, Six Nations. We've missed you, and I'm glad that you're starting to feel better and getting around because it's going to be nice to see you next week when we play our game. So I just wanted to share that and see if anybody else is in here. Oh, he said this. He wanted to basically this. He says, I'm back from the dead and got to celebrate Independence Day with friends and fam. Now I get to hang with all of you lovely folks. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. You're such a sweetheart. Oh, hi. Hi, Spider-Man. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Nice to see you. Yeah, I have been really busy today. I haven't been able to really be on, X at all today. I've been real busy doing laundry and trying to get caught up from being gone and get caught up. And plus I have a new mama chicken. And I wanted to make sure she had food and water and all that kind of good stuff. But it seems like a lot of good things have been happening since, Trump was put in and he's gotten to work. It's slow coming, but little by little, I'm starting to see the greasy wheel and why it's going to stop squeaking slowly. So I'm hoping that we can just keep doing what we're doing and get some good stuff going on for everyone, where we're going to start seeing some actual, rewards coming from all the changes that we're trying to get done. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it, Captain Finity. Hope you hang out for just a little bit and hope we don't bore you to death. But I want to start out the show with something funny, because some of these are so cute and adorable, and it's really, really hard to pick and choose what we want to use and what we don't. So this was one of them, and I thought it was just so cute. So I'm going to try this one out first. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's so sweet. So here we go. I'm going to make it bigger and make sure it's great. So here we go.
If you make fun of me one more time, I will exterminate all of you idiots.
Yeah, I agree with Kimmy Boy.
Kimmy, baby, if you ever talk to me that way again, you'll be eating nuclear warheads for breakfast. And Vlad, you can shut the f*** up. No one even likes you. Stop pretending to be a James Bond villain.
That is adorable.
It is.
Those videos are so freaking cute. I just love them. I watch every single one that goes by, and I think that's why they use the baby faces, because they know the women are going to just eat them up. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It is cute. I mean, it really
I could say it. I could do the meme like going, really?
Yeah,
Women,
really.
Come on. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, and guys, some guys think it's cute, but
I know.
every girl that I know is like, "Oh, those have you seen it? It's so cute," or, whatever. So this next one I thought was pretty good. So let me get it open here.
But then that's why women like if you have a baby face, then they go, "Oh, you're so cute," and they start squeezing your face.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, I understand that 100%, but this one's really cute too. And I just love this guy. He's from Louisiana, and I'll show you him as a kid, and then I'm going to show you him.
No!
Yeah, this is really cute. Here we
This is
go.
good.
Body needs adult real hard, and the jackassery has to stop. And if you're unhappy with that, vote against it or fill out a hurt feelings report.
I just love him. He's so great.
Kennedy.
But when I lived in Louisiana, I get to vote for him, so it was worth it. But he's just like that in person. When you get to meet him, he's just straightforward. I just like him a lot. I think he's great. But I hope you guys like my stars. I thought that was appropriate since it was the 4th. So, but here's the one of him as an adult now. This is another one. So here we go. The same guy. But they do a good job with the AI for the babies.
I've got a lot of friends who are Democrats, and they haven't asked me for advice, but if I did, I'd tell them, look, you just got to try harder not to suck.
Oh, that's how he is too. I just love him. But yeah, that's enough laughing for tonight. But I thought this very first article would be really good because it's real. These are slowly happening, and going to make us better in the future. And that's what we all voted for. We wanted to clean up our country, get our rights back, and stop wasting money on people that aren't even American citizens. So that's why I think this is a good one. So here we go. This is important. And then I'm going to play the one after this because we're actually putting people there. But this one's I wanted to share this first. Here we go. Oh, let me make it. Do I need to make it a little bigger?
Fine.
You could.
Here we go.
Well, the first group of migrants have arrived at Florida's Alligator Alcatraz Detention Center. Governor DeSantis says it'll be a, quote, force multiplier in the Trump administration's efforts to deport illegal immigrants. Yay. Now is Chris Clem, retired Chief Border Patrol agent. Thank you so much for talking to us today, and happy 4th to you.
Happy 4th to you, and what a great birthday present for the United States to have this bill passed and getting all the area things for border security that the president's campaign on, the ministry has worked so hard to get through. So it's a good day.
Yeah, so far, I mean, the administration has done wonders when it comes to protecting our border with, 0 crossings in a day. Back when we were under the Biden administration, we were talking about thousands and millions a year. What in this bill exactly is going to change things to continue to improve the momentum that we've already seen since the president took office?
Well, first of all, the money that is set aside for the resources to finally secure the border, the requirements that border patrol agents have needed for decades that President Trump started under 45, right? And all that being stripped away, but having the resources and the funding specifically to finish building the wall where it makes sense, adding the technology, the access roads, more border patrol agents, and then again, the consequences, which is the eyesight, attention, the amount of money that is put aside that was really stripped away under the Biden administration to actually reinforce the integrity piece of immigration enforcement that ICE desperately needs.
I want to put that image that we just had on the TV screen back up just to show the amount of money that's going into this and how devoted our president is to protecting our border. $46.5 billion for border wall construction, upgrades, detention, et cetera. $45 billion for single adult detention and family residential centers. The family residential centers will be interesting because the Democrats are going to say that babies are being torn away out of their mother's arms. That is not going to happen. They're not going to be splitting up families. $29.9 billion for hiring, training, retention of ICE members. That's another really critical component there when you talk about ICE members, because they are up against quite a battle and they are certainly needed in large numbers to be able to defeat the millions that are here illegally.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we've been using a lot of the federal government resources to include state and local to support the administration's efforts. So actually, getting money to recruit and retain these ICE agents and officers that support that interior enforcement is absolutely critical, because we know so many people got in undetected under the Biden administration. We've got to go fix that. And that's what they're doing. I've been reading a lot of the banter and the back and forth on social media especially from the Democrats. Look, let's remember that there was these soft-sided structures. There was at least 6 or 7 of them on the southwest border that were costing $40 to $50 million just to put up. And then we were spending an average of $2.5 million a day just to maintain them across the southwest border for 3.5 years under the Biden administration. So when people are talking about these ridiculous costs for Alcatraz, how soon they forget how much money was being spent just to release millions of people into the United States.
Well, I'm going to pause it for a second. That's another thing that I never hear anybody talking about is the fact that they were bringing these people over because they had buses. I saw people getting on buses with backpacks, wearing white, workout outfits or whatever, jogging pants and shirts, and they had black backpacks. And then they were putting them on planes in the middle of the night and flying in them specific areas. Why? And who was paying for that? Was that done with our tax dollars? See, I want answers to some of this stuff too. It says now that we have this kind of stuff and they're getting it more and more set up to where they can control it better and know how many they're sending out, basically, and they're keeping track of how much is costing, just like you saw the breakdown of that. This administration is trying to make sure they're doing that. But I want to see answers. I want to get answers sooner or later from who was sending them and why were they specifically sending them in the middle of the night. You know what I mean?
Right.
We had that one senator that we played on this show that went in, and the National Guard was trying to keep him out. Remember that, Ruben?
Yeah.
And he was trying to expose the fact, what are you doing? Why are you sending all these illegals in the middle of the night? And they weren't even, they didn't even have any documentation. They were putting these people on planes with American citizens that bought tickets that had to have proof of who they were and everything.
Right.
But they putting these people, they just got over the border on a plane and sending them somewhere. See, all that is just so fishy and so messed up. I really want to get answers for that. So let me finish this real quick and then we'll talk about the rest of it. So here we go. Sorry.
I'm so proud of this administration and really the GOP for finally stepping up and getting the resources so we can finish this and secure this border once and for all. We get this done, then we can have legitimate, take the emotion out, conversations about immigration reform that will be necessary so we can have some common sense approaches from an economic perspective.
All right. Chris Clem, thank you so much for talking to us today on this 4th of July. Happy 4th.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a really good, a very good, informative video. And you got to actually see how nice and clean the facility is, how organized everything is. It's not trash everywhere. I mean, I was shocked.
And they built it in a day, maybe almost a day. A little over.
Yeah, they built it really quickly. But the thing is, when you have, like instructions on how you want something done and everything's done, and all the people that are in charge of doing it are making sure that they had enough people and the resources they needed to do it. But when you half-has, you know what I'm saying, anything, it's going to be a shambles. It's going to be a mess. And you have 15 people trying to run it, and you got 6 people doing the work. You see what I mean? You know that. You know what I'm talking about?
I understand.
So basically, you have too many people at the top getting paid to tell the little guy that's getting hardly anything what to do, and then nobody has any records. There's no numbers.
Right.
Oh, that guy got this, or somebody did that. That's why it was so messed up. So when you have one person in charge and it trickles down to the next two people that hire this person or that group of people, and what vehicles you're going to need and the different things like that, and you do it that way like you would run a business, you know, because if you ran your home the way that this last administration ran the country, everyone would be losing their homes, everything be repossessed, you'd lose your job. I mean, everything, because there was no accountability for any of the money and the time and the effort and everything. Why do they do certain things? They don't have any answers. There's no answers for anything. They push the can down the road to the next person, to the next person. And for years, people just accept it. I still hear people saying, well, they did the best they could. It isn't the best they could. Okay. The best they could is what we're seeing. It's way better than what we had before. Accountability. And they're actually showing us on it every day when we watch any of these videos, and all of us sharing stuff, we're actually getting to see how things are being implemented, where the money's going, and what they're actually doing. You see, that's transparency. So, you know, somebody sitting in their basement talking to the camera or whatever for 5 minutes isn't transparency. When we see a president sitting and talking about every executive order he signs, with people there seeing him sign it, so we know it's not a stamp or whatever taking place, that's transparency. That's showing us what he's doing each day and why he's doing it.
Right.
Okay. That's what we deserve. So what is your thoughts on this whole thing, Ruben? I'm gonna let you get a word in it.
Sorry. No.
That's rare.
No, I agree that, you know, everything that we've been through has been really tough, and you know, the things are different now. The fourth, I'm very supportive of everything that we've done. The only thing that how'd you say it? The only thing that people were complaining about is the idea that things weren't happening fast enough, like with Cash and with, you know, with Epstein yet. But the thing is that you have to be very slow. I remember a few shows ago we talked about it. Last time the Emperor was on with us, the idea that Trump's just doing what executive order after executive order. Congress wasn't doing shit.
Yeah.
And it took time, but Congress finally pulled through. So,
well, with this one thing, remember, Social Security was taken out of that. So hopefully they're going to do another something very soon,
right,
to make sure that we can make sure Social Security isn't going to people that are 200 years old and stuff like that.
Yeah. So then the thing is, how'd you say it? I don't like the fact they have this big, beautiful bill. I don't like any omnibus bills. But the fact that they did it and it passed, when I heard what they were doing, I went, "Oh my God, this is going to be so tight." And it was tight. But when Trump said that he wants to have it done on July 4th, he called his shot, and the Democrats did whatever they could do to make sure it didn't happen, but it happened. So they're looking really, really bad, but you have the social media arm of the deep state is still out there, because even I saw on X, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, everything was negative about the bill. Even I, in my algorithm, I'm getting negative.
Yeah,
people that I don't even know about. And they're trying to convince me that no, I know the truth. So don't try and do it. So the bottom line here is, I'm happy it happened. We're on a good path, but we have to stay vigilant. Right. So this is Independence Day, and that is the paradox. We, all three of us, and the people that we listen to, people that we know, and MAGA itself is fiercely independent. We don't want to be labeled. Yet we have this big tent called MAGA. It's basically people it's the misfits, the people, the misanthropes, the outsiders collected. Think about it, everything: Elon, Trump, JD Vance, Cash, me, everybody. It was just people are so varied, but we got together. We're doing it. The libertarians couldn't do it. Other parties have tried and hasn't happened. The only way to do it, unfortunately, is to take back the party. Because again, not since probably Eisenhower, you had real Republicans. You had Republicans in name only. Right after that in the 60s, we had you had the goodwill of having people love America after Kennedy had got assassinated.
Yeah.
And with Johnson, we're going to the moon, all the things we want to do. We want to change the world. But you had society in the background wanting to say no to Vietnam, no to the endless wars, no to the money going on. And that is rubbing against what they want. They want endless wars. They want endless money printing. They want you to just, pick a side. And when you have who was it recently, an actor, which an idiot, Jason Bateman, who says, why you have other Republicans? Why are you picking this guy? But again, he's not a Republican. He never was. But that's what we have to do. I don't consider myself a Republican. I'm conservative, but I'm an individualist. But again, that's the thing. How can individuals come together? We did. And that's what we're doing now. We're basically saying, okay, we'll put aside all of our political differences, which we have, and we'll try and do one thing. And I hope it wasn't just one thing. This is a gigantic bill. But what they have to do now, moving forward, is stop the law growing. Stop everything. Just do one bill, one line. Here's what we're going to do, and do it. Pass it that way.
From now on, I'm hoping that that's what they start doing. Like I said, I hope this next bill is to reform Social Security.
Because again, right now, this is the year also that in a few months, basically, election 2026 starts.
Yep.
It's all starting over again, and then there is now again the fact that this bill passed, and if we get more wins, let's think about this: Trump right now, and CNN reported this, is more popular than Reagan was at the same time during his second term.
Yep.
And that's insane.
Yep.
And the fact that they say that there's this other stat that 36 of Democrats right now are not proud of their country, 93% of Republicans are. But what's so weird is that stat under Obama stayed high for Republicans. Because we care about America as a game. America is not the president. America is not the government. America is the individuals. The government is a reflection of it. But and we all know that this is all corrupt. So again, yes, does the bill have pork? Yes. Does the bill have good things and bad things? Yes. But we had to get it passed because we had to have these tax cuts stay permanent, and now we can go after other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to compromise a little bit in there because how tight the voting would be, So he had to. And I understand. Anybody with a brain understands that.
But what's so funny is how they talk outside of both sides of their mouth, where they on one hand they say Trump said day one he'd do this, it's still high, and then on the other side of their mouth said Trump can't do this, he's a dictator, he can't do it all by himself. Then what do you want? You're saying both the same thing. Either he has the power to do it and he's going to be a dictator, or he doesn't. He shouldn't do it because he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know the definition of a dictator.
No,
Trump is definitely not a dictator.
Well, because you got all these people running around saying they're anti-fascist, and every single thing they're doing is fascism.
I know.
Those are the people that are saying exactly what you're saying about Trump. They're saying this, that, and the other because they don't really understand what they're saying. If they would just sit down and start researching, just get a dictionary out and start reading the dictionary to define what they're doing themselves, maybe they'd learn something.
Right.
I don't know.
I agree. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and what's so funny too is that people don't know what they don't know. Even people that we know. Like I said that yes, I was I'm disabled right now, not working. I could work, but I don't need to because I have my disability kicked in. And people were already complaining, oh, you lost your Medicaid then. I didn't lose anything. I already paid to the system. I am drawing Social Security as though I'm 67 already. That's what it happens. That's what it is. I'm now retired. And, it calculates out to around 42,000 a year now, just because I'm on disability.
Right.
Yeah, but that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
And you deserve
work,
it.
and you're
I paid into
they
stole my money, and now I'm getting it back.
Yeah, and if you're putting money into it, then you should be eligible to take money out when you need it. Okay.
And what I did find out is I did find out that I can still work. So that's why I am now going to be doing, what I have here on the bottom on the screen.
Yeah.
Fucking right here. And then on X, I'm doing a lot of stuff that's new. I won't talk about it here. I'll do it. So it should be dedicated to another show, but got to do something. Got to step up and make a difference now. That's a thing.
That's why we do have so many great things in our country, like workman's comp. We do have veterans being able to get veteran money for things that you did when you were in the military. There's lots of things that benefits out there, but over the years of our country evolving, it's been corrupted. This, that, and the other has been added. People that didn't ever put into it or taking from it, things like that. So each thing, like I said, if they go through Social Security and they can fix it to where people that are 130 years old and their family members still getting paychecks, knowing their loved one's dead, not here, getting the check, that's fraud. And the person getting the check should be prosecuted. They know their loved one is dead, yet they're taking money from other people that really need that money. See, they're draining the system when they didn't deserve to take that money. And those people need to be prosecuted. I'm not saying they need to go to prison for the rest of their lives, but until we start showing people we mean business, how are we ever going to fix it? I mean, I don't need Social Security yet. But one day when I do need it, I would like to have the availability to have it accessible to me. Just like I would like a veteran to be able to apply for veteran benefits. I don't, because I never served. But I am a 100% believer that if you served in the military, you have the right to sign up for some benefits from the VA. I believe that. And I don't mind paying taxes to make sure that my veterans are taken care of. I mean, there are different things that we have. You should have access if you're an American citizen and if you put into the system, then you should have access to it. Once they start making the changes like they promised that they're going to do, this Congress, a lot of them people ran on it saying they're going to do that. So that it's time for us in our states now to start holding our Congress and our other state representatives accountable to what they told us they were going to do for our states. Make them start doing it. Okay. We need to start holding our state people accountable. We're holding Trump accountable, and he's doing it. He's doing exactly what he told us he was going to do. And it's time for him to make sure the people that are under him are doing the same thing. And until that happens, I don't see how things are going to change or get better. It's just going to be more of the same after Trump's out. So we have to start holding the other people accountable. But this next thing I thought was pretty interesting, and it's in Trump's own words. So I'm going to play this. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. The person who posted this name's Gabriel, and he said, it's called politics, but this is not a politician. This is a man who loves America and pledged his life, his wealth, and honor to serve us. It was a clip from 2020. So I want you guys to listen to this. And it's pretty good. I think I'm going to share this link too in the chat. I did earlier. I shared the link of the article that we were listening to, but here we go.
If you're rich, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this for the country. I'm doing it for the people. I don't know if you know it, George Washington. He ran his business simultaneously while he was president. Many other presidents, there weren't too many really rich presidents, but there were a few. They ran their business. Hey, Obama made a deal for a book. Is that running a business? I'm sure he didn't even discuss it while he was president. He has a deal with Netflix. When did they start talking about that? That's only, a couple of examples. But other presidents, if you look, other presidents were wealthy, not huge wealth. George Washington was actually considered a very, very rich man at the time. But they ran their businesses. George Washington, they say, had 2 desks. He had a presidential desk and a business desk. I don't think you people with this phony emoluments clause, and by the way, I would say that it's cost me anywhere from $2 to $5 billion to be president. And that's okay. Between what I lose and what I could have made, I would have made a fortune. If I just ran my business, I was doing it really well. I have a great business. I have the best properties. Between what I lose and, in all fairness, some properties, Doral an example. Doral was setting records when I bought it because I owned it for a period of time. Setting records. There was nothing like it. Was making a fortune. And then what happened? I announced I'm going to run for office, right? And all of a sudden, I say, we got to build a wall, we got to have borders, we got to have this, we got to have that. All of a sudden, some people didn't like it. They thought the rhetoric was too tough. And it went from doing great to doing fine. It does very nicely now. It's actually coming back, I understand, very strongly. But Doral was setting records. And I knew this would happen. Most of the stuff that I have, because now instead of having 100% of the market that loves you and they love your brand and it's luxury and it's great, now you have 50% of the market. That's called politics. I fully understood that. So it's cost me between $2 billion and $5 billion. And if I had it to do again, I'd do it in an instant. Because who cares? If you can afford it, what difference does it make? If I had this to do again, because I'm making a big difference for the country. The country is stronger now than it's been in many years, maybe ever. Our military is rebuilt. Our economy is hitting records. As I said, best unemployment numbers, best employment numbers. We're strong. We're bringing our soldiers back home from the endless wars. We're doing great. So whether I lost $2 billion, $5 billion, more or less, doesn't make any difference to me. I don't care. If you're rich, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this for the country. I'm doing it for the people that show up. I haven't had an empty seat at a rally. I always say, where's the rally? It's in a certain place. Okay, just get the biggest arena. Yeah. I go to these massive basketball arenas like in Dallas where the Mavericks play and fill it up and set a record. I've set a record almost every place I've been because we just need a little small stage. We don't need basketball courts, ice hockey courts. And I take less than musicians because they have bands. I don't have band. I set the world record for somebody without a guitar, okay? I don't have bands, right? So that's the story. And you know, those people are the poll. And I've had great polls. I've had my best polls now. I think it's because people think that it's terrible what they're doing. Pelosi, Shifty Schiff, Schumer, these people are trying to destroy the country. It's a very bad thing what they're doing. The president of the United States should be allowed to run the country, not have to focus on this kind of crap, while at the same time doing a great job on Syria and Turkey and all of the other things that we're doing. North Korea, okay, maybe someday, but I'll tell you what, if somebody else became president with that same mindset that they had, you'd right now be in a big war with North Korea. Yeah. You don't hear too much about it. Could happen. Could happen. I don't know. I always say, who knows? He steals. Who knows? But in the meantime, North Korea's, I like him. He likes me. We get along. I respect him. He respects me. You could end up in a war. President Obama told me that. He said the biggest problem, I don't know how to solve it. He told me he doesn't know how to solve it. I said, did you ever call him? No. Actually, he tried 11 times. But the man on the other side, the gentleman on the other side, did not take his call. Okay? Lack of respect. But he takes my call. Thank you very much, everybody.
I thought that was very interesting because it gave you a look back in time about what he was talking about his first time he was in office. And remember, he was being stabbed in the back like we had no idea what was going on behind the scenes.
This administration, you can see that he was stabbed in the back over and over.
That was before.
Yeah.
During this time is when they were making the PP dossier and doing all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all that was going on, and this was his attitude was okay. And they were making fun of him, saying he lost money, he couldn't run a business, he couldn't do that, this and the other. But he was already rich. Okay,
Yeah,
he didn't have to run for president. He didn't have to do any of the things he did.
He went in there thinking, these people want to help me. They want a good America, and they lied. They didn't. They were there to destroy him.
Not just destroy him, just like he said. From what he could see, where he was at that time in his life, that these people, Pelosi and Shifty Schiff, they want to destroy this country.
That's right.
And I don't remember, it was a quote that I read, and I can't remember if it was Abraham Lincoln or who it was. It was in the past. And they said that the only way that our country will ever be destroyed, it would be destroyed from within. Do you remember who said that? Ruben, can you remember? Because we've talked about this
Lincoln.
before.
I thought it was Lincoln.
It might have been Lincoln. I think it was Lincoln, but I'm not 100% because I'm just not that smart to remember all that stuff. But to see and listen to some of the things he said in past interviews before all this new shit was on his plate, okay, it's refreshing because I still see that same person, okay, whether other people do or not. Because remember, I was a huge supporter of Ben Carson. Okay. I love Ben Carson. But over the time with all the jerks that they were having to deal with, when they were running, I started realizing he's too kind. He's too gentle. He's not going to be able to fight hard enough and take the stabs and the beatings he's going to get.
That's what it would be.
For our country. And that's why Trump rose, is because, and look what he's gone through. I mean, being sued, lies, slander. I mean, now he's winning some court cases. He's had, what was it? Who was it? One of the media outlets had to pay him a 17 million or something,
or NBC, something like that.
Yeah, so it's slowly coming back in his favor that everything he was saying and everything he was doing was telling the truth. It wasn't lies. He wasn't making shit up. They were all the liars, but it's coming out in trickles. So it's not a big bam, gotcha, ma'am. You know what I mean? So people are like, well, I'm tired of hearing about it. How many times have you heard people say, I'm so sick of hearing about stolen election?
Over and over and over.
But guess what? More and more stuff's coming out right now proving that the FBI and all of them covered up all this stuff, so that Biden could win.
They do not like the truth.
So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And we just need to be patient. I mean, it's hard, but we really need to try to be as patient as we can so that we can just slowly let what's going to happen. I mean, the alligator Alcatraz, everybody makes so much fun of Trump's, boisterous way of doing things. But look how good it's working.
Yeah. I mean,
already.
And they're doing a good thing. They're feeding the animals.
Well, not yet. Nobody's trying to escape, and I don't think they will.
Well,
but the thing is, it's a nice facility, and they're using swampland.
I know, it's awesome
to do it. So I don't know. I'm really, really impressed. I'm still leery about some of the people that he has in his cabinet, but I trust Trump enough to be as patient as I can. And to let things unfold. Let me see what he said. He said, was the big, beautiful bill deliberately meant to have the BBB initials as a jab for Build Back Better? Maybe. I mean, Trump does things like that. I mean, he is the master troller, as far as I could tell. It could be. But I'm just really, right now, for Independence Day, I am very proud of my country. I'm very proud.
July. Happy birthday, America. I can't say it enough.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. But then here is the next it's clicked on the wrong link. Sorry. Here is the next presentation that I had that I thought was pretty good. So I clicked on the wrong thing again. Hold on. Darn it. Okay, here we go. This is it, and it's pretty good. I thought it was good. So here we go. This is something a lot of people I don't think even know. It says for 91 years, there's been a $200 tax for guns that have a barrel under 16 inches and for suppressors. The fact that this bill got through the House and the Senate, removing the tax down to zero, something that no one has been able to do in 100 years. The red-blooded Americans who believe in the Second Amendment, that was a huge win. So here we go. I want you guys to listen to this. It's pretty good stuff. I like to play stuff like this because this isn't something you're going to hear on every news channel because it's not the big whatever.
Not the agenda.
Yeah, but here we go.
But I'll tell you one thing about it, one thing nobody's talking about. For 91 years, there's been a $200 tax for guns that have a barrel under 16 inches and for suppressors. And the fact that this bill got through the House and the Senate, removing that tax down to zero, something that no one's been able to do in 100 years for red-blooded Americans that believe in the Second Amendment, it was a huge win. But I'll tell you one thing about it.
So the thing is, things like that were in this bill that no one talks about. Hold on, I'm copying this so I can share it in the chat. That's the kind of stuff that I like to talk about because I don't want to talk about everything that everyone else is already talking about.
Yeah, what do you think about
how many of you knew about that? Did you know about that, Ruben? Can't hear you.
All right. No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't know about that.
So little things like that they spent, what was the Democrats spent days or whatever reading the bill out loud.
Yeah.
To bore everyone to death, basically, which is so funny to me, that whole tantrum that they were throwing when Nancy Pelosi had that bill on a cart and she's pushing it down the hallway. And they were asking, well, what's in this bill? And what did she say? We have to pass it to find out what's in it. And now they have to stand up there and read it word for word to cram it down our throat that they own whatever, they can get whatever they want.
It's great.
So it's pathetic. It's just that I can't believe anyone still trusts any of those people. Those people look at you like you're just a piece of dirt on the bottom of their shoe and they want to
give me your money. I can look at you while you're giving me your money, but once I get it, I want you to go away. That's pretty much it.
The thing is, if it came to them spending their own money on any of these things, they wouldn't. The only reason they want to do it is because it's your money that they're spending.
Right.
See, that's it just chaps my ass because I just don't understand.
How chapped is your ass?
Why people don't see that they're being used by these people. It's really, really sad to me. Okay, so here we go. Let me get the next one I had. Pull up. Nope, I picked the wrong one again. How do I keep doing that? Sorry, my hand moved at the last second. Okay.
If you hear anything, I got gas.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, I thought I heard mortars going off a while ago. Okay, well, this is another one. This is the gentleman that's on TikTok. It's got a lot of stuff above it, but I'm going to share the whole link. So anyone wants to go and read all this, they can. But basically, I just wanted you to hear what this gentleman has to say. The old millennial guy. So here we go.
I've had enough of y'all fucking talking about these cuts to Medicaid. The world is coming to an end. Do you know what the cuts are to Medicaid? No, you probably don't. No, you just heard.
Sorry, I got to push play again.
Heard $881 billion cover Medicaid. Oh my God. Well, let me educate you. Here is just the first page of the cuts. Cut number 1, saving $35 billion over 10 years. Limit federal health program eligibility based on citizenship status. That's just saying that people who are here illegally don't get to use Medicaid. It's something you have told us isn't happening anyway. So you obviously agree with that cut. Cut number 2, eliminate Medicare coverage of bad debt, saving $42 billion over 10 years. Do you know what bad debt is? You probably fucking don't. So let me explain it to you. Bad debt is where you have a debt with a hospital beyond what your coverage pays. So let's say you have private health insurance. Now, your health insurance is going to pay their piece, and then you have your leftover piece. Now, if you don't pay that, that is what's known as bad debt. Now, under no circumstances will your private health insurance company cover your bad debt. However, if you have Medicaid, the American taxpayer will cover up to 65% of that debt. Now, how hospitals use that to their advantage is they up the prices for people on Medicaid, therefore making that bad debt increase dramatically, and the American taxpayer pays 65% of it. All this would say is that we're not going to do that anymore. Therefore, hospitals can't charge more for people on Medicaid because they're not going to make any extra money from it. Who the fuck is opposed to that? Next, Medicare site neutrality, set to save $148 billion over the 10 years. That one's actually really simple. All that says is the hospitals can't charge people on Medicare and Medicaid more. It just says they have to charge people on Medicare and Medicaid the same prices they charge people on private health insurance or cash. Is there anyone who's opposed to that? No, I don't think so. Now, from just those three, we're looking at $200+ billion in savings. Now, I imagine if I said we're going to cut $200 billion from Medicaid, y'all would freak the fuck out. However, when you do a little bit of fucking research, when you actually look into the topic that you're bitching about, making TikToks about, you can see that $200 billion worth of cuts you agree with. Like I just showed you 1/4 of all the cuts they want to make. And here's the thing, if you're remotely have fucking common sense, you don't disagree with any of them. So just please remember that when you're like, oh my God, they're making cuts to Medicaid. Yeah, you fucking agree with them.
The thing is that a lot of people don't want to know anything else. All they want to know is that, oh my God, we're dead. I'm in deep shit, and they're going to take away my whatever it is, right? That's all. That's all they want, because they want to constantly be the victims.
Right.
That's basically the life they live. I see so many people on the different apps that I'm on, constantly posting how they don't have enough money to pay their rent, or they don't have enough money to buy food because this is too expensive or that's too expensive. Gas is too expensive. They have 2 jobs and now they're thinking to get another one. It's always, poor, pitiful me. They never say anything good about anything that's going on. And a lot of people complain because they have
got a message.
Okay, it's all right. But they complain because they're not getting exactly what it is they wanted. You know what I mean? When you order something and it says in the very small print that they may put something else in its place, like when you're getting on the Walmart app to order milk or whatever, you may not get this brand, you might get this other brand because they're out of the other one. Okay, but it's still milk. You see what I mean? It's nothing is good enough for some of these people. No matter what you give them, they're gonna bitch and moan about it. You know what I mean?
That's their life. Right.
It's because they're used to getting this. They're not used to doing something for something. They're used to getting something for nothing. And that's why they're throwing such a fit, because once everything starts kicking in with the tariffs and all the stuff, and it levels out, so that when you're sitting, like what I was telling you years ago, when my sister-in-law, remember, she married that Norwegian, and she would go there and she would go, holy crap, you can't buy anything. A pack of Marlboro cigarettes was like $20 for one pack in Norway, because they have a huge tariffs on anything that's American product. Damn. Okay, so there's tons of things like that people don't understand, because they're not, you're not into trade. You're not into certain things. Right. So if you don't read or look things up, you won't know the answers. So
basically people like that rely on information they receive from the mainstream media. They don't rely on their own, cognitive abilities. And when you have CNN, especially during 2020, saying doing your own research is dangerous, then you're doing the right thing. So again, you have people so apoplectic about TDS going off the scale, and it's done with it. And you can't rationalize with people that are just like infected with a high virus.
Mm-hmm. You're right. I mean, 100%. But the thing is, how do you fix it? And the only way to fix it is by doing step by step the way Trump is trying to do it, to implement it. And it's going to slowly change, just like he said. All the money that they're going to save by making these cuts and changes in Medicaid is going to help the Medicaid system have more money because the waste is being taken out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little things like that. But people just seem to, I don't know, they just seem like they don't want it to get better. I want it to get better. So when I am ready to retire, I have those things available to me. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And for my kids one day, hopefully it won't be all screwed up by then again. But
they won't. They'll be all right.
But I wanted to read something to you that I posted a second ago. I didn't know if you get to read it. It says, Janet from another planet. Oh my God, it's 2025 and redheads are in danger. And here on your show, there are 2 redheaded women. OMG.
I've red hat. Does it matter to count? Okay.
No, I just thought that was great. Oh, then look, here's another one. It's funny. Jolene. I think it's funny. Thank you, Six Nations. That's adorable. But yeah. So
hope you don't hate me. God.
Just like us, just like Ruben and I talk about a lot on this show, is because we're not a big show or anything like that. But the thing is, every person that can share any new information that's truthful, that proves, just like what he just said, these are the real things that's in this thing. If you read it and you actually read what they say they're doing, it's not a bad thing. If you're a person that's going to be on Medicaid, you should be happy, because that means more money and less waste is going to happen when you are on it. Like, and you go to the hospital, it's like, like you said, and you're going to have a surgery. Just say it's an emergency surgery because you had a car accident. And they go, oh, they're on Medicaid. We're going to charge $25,000 more than we need to, simply because we're going to get more money. Just like with the whole COVID thing they did, because they got so much money per person they diagnosed with COVID, they got a kickback, $9,000 or something.
Oh, and you need an aspirin, there's $25.
Yeah, see, so I love it. I think this is great. Little by little, it's a little notch being taken out. You know what I mean? Little by little, out of this giant piece of shit. So hopefully the shit's going to crumble and disappear, and it's going to be clear sailing from there on.
Right.
At least, hopefully. I mean, that's what I'm trying to look at. But I know we're not going to get all of it.
Right.
But I think it's great. I'm loving every single thing that I've seen so far. But let me see what this. Okay, this next one is pretty good. This is another one that I saw that I thought was interesting, and that I didn't see it on everything because there's very few. People were sharing it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, why? It's pretty interesting. Now, this has to do with California, but as we've all seen over time, things that happen in California end up affecting all of us by fucking us over, right?
Right.
So I wanted to play this because I thought it was pretty good. And she's talking about Newsom. It says he doesn't care about the law-abiding citizens of California. He cares about the criminals and the illegal. And yes, this is a grant from our tax-paying dollars. So it's in the state of California, but when is it going to happen to us? When is one of these other people, especially if Trump is, we don't win next time, okay? Let's say whatever happens and a Democrat gets in, how do we know that something like this isn't going to be implemented on all of us? So it's best to be informed of things that are going on, especially in blue states. If you can pay attention and try to learn about things that are being passed by their governors, whether or not it's going to end up affecting us. So I wanted to share this one because I thought it was pretty interesting.
Okay.
And this is a very smart woman right here.
Gavin Newsom strikes again. To all my Californians, you ready for this one?
$7.5 million for an organization called Soldier Entrepreneurs for Economic Development. What do you have to do, and what is one of the requirements to qualify for this $7.5 million? It says on their website, individuals who are neither U.S. citizens nor lawful permanent residents.
That was Assemblymember David Tangipa. He is outright exposing a program that Gavin Newsom has in place. And I didn't want to believe that a part of the $7 million in grants, the way to access it is that you have to be here illegally. So doing what I always do, I went and researched it. So directly on California.gov's website, the program that he mentioned, which is the Social Entrepreneurs for Economic Development Grant, is right on the website. If you scroll down and you look at the information session Q&A and you open it up, and of course, if you look at Q2, it says, who are the seed target population eligible to receive entrepreneurship training and micro grants? And the answer says target populations are individuals who face significant barriers to employment, specifically, number one, individuals with limited English proficiency, regardless of immigration and citizen status, individuals who are neither U.S. citizen nor lawful permanent residents. This includes individuals who may not be lawfully present in the United States and individuals who have been granted deferred action for childhood arrivals, temporary protected status. I mean, at least got to give it up to Gavin Newsom. He does mention U.S. citizens. They are listed the last of them all because it says in the last line, in addition, seat is open to all individuals in the target population, including other immigrants, refugees, asylees, and United States citizens. So that's right. Gavin Newsom did still consider us, but we're the last of all of them.
Yep.
But it's a fitting order because we all know that Gavin Newsom, he doesn't care about the law-abiding citizens of California. He cares about the criminals and the illegal. And yes, this is a grant from our tax-paying dollars.
But the sad fact is about that whole thing is just like I said earlier, if it was their own money that they had to spend, they wouldn't spend it. But because it's your money and it's always available, the purse is always open and ready for them to reach in, grab, do whatever. That's why they do it. And they get away with it. With USAID, everything that we saw unfold with all that shit, it's proven. It's proven that they don't give a shit about the taxpayer, because as long as it's taxpayer, guess what? They have money. Yeah. And as long as we just say, oh, well, what am I going to do? Then we're always going to be there for the taking, to take them, bend over and grab your ankles, because today's the day. That's what I feel like. I think it's ridiculous. And I feel sorry for California. So,
well, yeah, I feel sorry for people that didn't vote for this stuff and they have to pay for it still.
I feel sorry for the people that are stuck there that can't afford to move, because I've seen many, many people up and sell their huge property and then get online, see a house in Texas or Arkansas or Oklahoma or some other low, cost state, and just by sight unseen, buy a house and move, and they're going to start turning that place into where they left, because that's how they're going to vote. They don't change the way they vote. They just change where they live, and they enjoy the benefits of lower taxes and everything else until the next generation that they leave is they've made it change, and now it's where they left. So,
well,
it's sad.
Well, I think it's time I have to go.
You gotta leave?
Okay, I'm in a lot of pain right now. I don't know why. I just started right now. I'm just gonna move.
Sorry, Ruben.
Well, my massage gun broke, and I spent $800 on the damn thing, and it just starts overheating. I'm getting it returned. It's from England.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just but I'm just tired right now too, and it just hurts a lot. I'm just moving too much.
Okay. Well, you want to tell anyone what you got planned going on before you leave?
Well, let's already know. Thanks for all the prayers. My just an update that my little nephew is in remission, cancer-free now. Just found that out. It's good. And my brother can now concentrate on his health. His birthday was July 1st. He just turned 52. So then that's there. But what I'm doing here, that's at the bottom. Lattice of Becoming. Basically, it's my book series I'll be writing, and everything I've been doing. I started posting it on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and it's basically it goes beyond. It's everything I've talked about before, but you can look at there. I'm going to start publishing some stuff, and then do a lot of great things that are coming. It's a lot of big things that are way beyond this channel, and whatever. But we'll figure that out. But let me do that. But I wanted to basically say thank you very much. We're glad to see you again.
You too.
And then I'm just, you're a little tired, but we'll see. But Jenna, thank you once again. I apologize, but just, it's really bothering me, and I've been
that's okay.
To move my leg. It really hurts right now.
Well, I just want you to feel better, and you take care of yourself.
Yes, sending you prayers.
Yes. Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for hanging out. Okay, well, it's just us now. I don't know what happened to Bruce. I haven't gotten any messages. I hope he's okay. I hope everything's all right. But yeah.
He probably got attacked by the little army he paints.
I don't know. Maybe Bigfoot. He's always saying he keeps hearing noises that sometimes he thinks it's Bigfoot. But here is another video that I thought was pretty interesting. This gentleman's point of view, and he said it's a very powerful vision that he wants to explain to us. So here we go. I like this guy. To make sure it's turned up. Yeah, here we go.
Someone told me to watch this clip.
Was that ant that stood up to me?
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. One ant.
Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss. They're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one?
Are you kidding?
How about this?
Wow. They put this in a children's film, huh?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber
This is
us
actually
100 to
about
1.
tyranny.
And if
This
they
is
ever
what's
figure that
happening now.
out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line.
I would show this clip in my class. You let one ant stand up to them, and they might all stand up. You see the power of solidarity, the power of all of us together. Individually, we feel helpless, lonely, often frightened. Together, nothing can stop us. No tyrant can rule us. No dictator can demand from us subservience. Together, we're powerful.
Wow.
100%.
Yep.
I really, really like that. The whole concept of it, if you think about it, because so many people are so overwhelmed with so much information and being bombarded with it. They feel like they can't do anything. They feel helpless. But I'm going to share this real quick. Let me share it in the chat, the link for that video so people can watch it and maybe share it with other people, because it's very insightful. And he's right, because like I said, if we walk around and complain constantly, but we don't do anything, nothing's going to change.
I do something. I speak my mind. I vote.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But you do, and then I do, and then that person does, and that person does. See what I mean?
But
that's why they're afraid of apps like X.
Right.
And that's why when Facebook had more and more people speaking out and doing stuff, what did they do? The government said they went to the guy that runs Facebook and said, if you don't start shutting people up, we're going to shut you down. Because he testified. Okay.
Oh, I know.
He testified that he did do that he censored people. And then what happened when Parler came out?
He blamed it on the government instead of knowing that he wanted to do that too himself.
Well, the thing is, he did it. He caved to the government. Okay.
I don't
because
think
he was.
Caved. I think this is exactly what they.
No, but what I'm saying is that's what he said.
I know.
And when he went in and he had to speak. But if you look at other people that aren't caving, what happens to the people that don't cave? What happened to Parler?
They get
Parler started
like not available. You can't get them anymore.
Well, the thing is, Parler started, and more people were jumping ship from Twitter and other apps that were crushing them, not letting them have free speech, not letting them speak their mind, even if the other people didn't agree. And what happened? Google and YouTube and all them, Google and YouTube are basically the same company. They all said, well, we got to get rid of Parler. So they ganged up on it and took away their power to be able to even be on a server.
Yeah. They just don't nobody else have a voice other than the agenda they want. That's the voice you can have.
And I still have that now. If I say something that they don't approve of, they reprimand me. And as of right now, I already have a warning against my channel that's been on there since January of last year, that I have no way of getting a hold of anyone to have the warning taken down. So what happens if you already have a warning and you get another warning?
Get cut out.
Now you get a strike.
Well,
okay, I get a strike against my channel. That's why I had the piteous little thing come up, and I have a strike against my channel because I can't get a single person to help me get rid of a warning that was only supposed to be up for 3 months. And I did all the stuff they told me I had to do. Took the video down, took a class. I did all the stupid stuff that they asked because I was trying to do the right thing, and I still have a warning. Every day I get up and want to do something on this channel, I have to worry about, I already have a warning on my channel, and it's been up for over a year.
I see. I wish I could understand that more, but I don't have a channel that I work for the hours and trying to get somewhere like you are. And I really hope that it works out, that you get to do all these things. But with all these people out there and the way they are, and these entities are owned by these people, it's just really hard. It's really hard to get your voice out there.
Well, I'm not doing it because I ever expect to be big or to make money. Okay. I'm doing it because this is like my therapy.
Yeah.
Like, because we all talk our feelings out or whatever. So this is like therapy for me. And I like doing it. And it's fun.
It's great.
And I feel like I'm helping some people, because someone might not even ever heard about certain things that I might have brought up on the show, and they give them a chance to, hey, that's interesting. I'm gonna go look into it or whatever. And hopefully that's what we're doing, causing people to think about the situation they're in and that you're not helpless. And guess what? More people probably believe the same thing you do. It's just that you don't hear it because it's not popular on the news or whatever other channels that you're watching.
That's why I love these kind of channels, these independent channels, because you get more truth and more real news than you do when you watch CNN, Fox, CBS.
I believe that. I don't hardly ever watch any of that stuff
either. I hardly even watch TV. I rather just go outside and work and go do my job. I mean, that's where I feel like I can do the best for me.
Yeah, I just follow all the people that I follow,
right?
My different apps, and I go to Discord and then I Telegram
with all that stuff, and I get told all the time, "You're on 24/7." I'm thinking, "Excuse me, I don't think so."
Yeah, some people are.
And then if you think I'm on here all the time, that's ridiculous. I may post a lot, like on X in the mornings. And stuff by noon or so, I've got things I got to do, and I'm off the rest of the day. And I haven't been on since noon yesterday because, I'm out doing stuff, working, and people wanting to do 4th of July. And it's just, life outside this video and stuff like that is important still. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, here's another cute little thing I thought was funny when I saw it, when it came across my timeline, because it's about alligator Alcatraz too. But this is the short little one, and it's what Trump says in it. That's so funny.
Okay.
So, but see, I think you recognize everybody in here. So here we go. I'm make sure it's turned up. Here we go.
Viewers at home should note that this is air-conditioned facility. So if any of the news claims are keeping them out in the hot, humid South Florida, that is wrong. It's probably 62 degrees here, to be honest.
Hey, Biden wanted me in here. Okay, he wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here.
I think our viewers at home should note.
You know what he said?
Yeah.
That he wanted me in here. That son of a bitch. I just love that because I love that Trump is just himself.
Yeah, he hasn't changed in the years.
He's not perfect.
Right.
He makes mistakes. He's boisterous. He's a troll. He's everything we all do. When we're in a bad mood, we say things that piss us off. We say, fuck you or whatever, because, we have tempers. We're people. We're not perfect.
No.
And that's what I like about him. I really do. Oh, let me see what he said. Maybe I missed the announcement of something.
Okay,
But
something came up.
He's unable to make it. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him.
Who?
Bruce, he's asking.
Oh, I can't even see that.
I haven't heard anything from him. The last I talked to him was earlier today, and I had posted some stuff in the chat, the shit show chat on X, and told him that I was wanting him to have some things to bring up himself, and for him, so I don't have to scroll, because when I'm scrolling for him and he's trying to read it, I'm not always right on there. So I thought if he opened it and then I just posted it up there and he could scroll it himself, that would be better. And that was the last I've heard from him. I haven't heard anything else. So I hope he's all right. I hope nothing happened at work or anything like that.
I hate that.
But, yeah, me too, Six Nations. I'm hoping, but I've sent him messages. So if he sends me anything before the show's over, I will definitely.
With family?
It says, hopefully he's safe with family. Haven't seen him online except a few posts on X. Yeah, the only thing I've seen from him is what was in the shit show chat. So, so I don't know, but I hope he's okay. So everybody, send good thoughts.
Yeah.
For him on that. But let me see, what was this next one I wanted to play? Oh yeah, I think this one's pretty interesting. I love this guy. So I'm going to present this one. This was another thing that came across my timeline, I thought was really, really good. So here we go. I think it's very informative. But this is them talking about Trump backing Marjorie Taylor Greene's new bill that would exclude illegal immigrants from the census. Because multiple times I've talked about this, that as you can tell, I said when we were talking about flying these people to all these different areas, why?
Yes.
What is the purpose behind it? And the only thing I could think of is trying to alter the census.
Yeah.
Because look what's happened to California in some areas. So many people have left that they've lost state representatives.
Yeah.
So that changes the votes for the state. Mm-hmm. So
and they want Democrats to rule forever. Mm-hmm. And that's just not going to happen in my world.
Well, but as we could tell, Oregon, Washington State, New York State, California, New York, that's a lot of electoral college votes.
It is.
And it's been paying for them all these years because they've turned it blue. And they're able to maneuver the seats and stuff around by the census.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I believe that we had so much of a fight from all of these people to stop Trump from being able to finish the wall and to send all these people back. And every single step that he's tried to take to clean house, basically, to get the people out that don't belong here, because you can't do it. You can't go to Mexico. You can't go to Canada or any other country and just walk in and do whatever you want. They have rules, and believe me, they're way stricter.
Well, hell, you step a foot over in Syria, you're dead.
I'm just saying, they'll arrest you. You'll be in prison.
They'll kill you. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what will happen? But here, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but I want you guys to hear this. This is pretty good. Make sure it's turned up. It's the Benny show. So here we go.
Do you agree? Elon Musk made huge news this week, posting a video about effectively the scheme to create a new political class for the Democrat Party through illegal immigration and to allow these criminal aliens to vote then in the 2024 election. That's part of the plan. You agree with that? That's baked in.
There's broadly construed. There are three immediate objectives Democrats have with respect to open borders. And those are, one, this already happens. They're counted in the census, which means more congressional seats for states with illegal aliens and electoral college votes. California would have half of the electoral college votes it has right now, but for illegal immigration. Think about that.
Wow.
The electoral map, where this automatic giant behemoth of electoral college votes is delivered to the left immediately, is because of illegal immigration. 2, there's no citizenship verification to vote in American elections. Very few people realize this. If you ask for it, you get a form and it says, are you a citizen, yes or no? If you check the yes box, that is it. Every state that has tried to validate that, and the federal government does zero validation, has been blocked successfully in court, now going on for more than 20 years. This is a true statement without exaggeration. There's not a single state in this country where illegal aliens cannot vote simply by checking a box. And as you can imagine, the potential for massive fraud there is increased exponentially with mass mail-in voting. So if even a small percentage of Biden's illegal aliens fill out mail-in ballots, fill out ballots that go into the drop boxes, etc., that would be outcome determinative in races up and down the ballot. Now,
but wait, I want to pause it for a second. But see, this is one of the reasons why I got so upset when I found out that people are coming over the border and they're just handing them driver's licenses.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've worked the polls, and when they come in, what do they hand you to verify who they are?
An ID, usually.
A driver's license, usually. Almost every time, or it's a military ID, something like that. But it's usually a driver's license. So a person, okay, and I've got a lot of trucker friends that are really having a hard time because what's happening is the jobs that they would normally get to haul something, to another state or a couple states away, they're giving it to an illegal that can't even read and write English. And they're giving them like a few hours test on a truck. And there's all these accidents that have been happening. People have been killed. Whole families have been killed by a truck driver that can't even read and write English. They don't even know they can't even have a conversation with you. Simply because they can pay that person half what they would normally pay a truck driver that has bills to pay and his own truck and all, a family and shit like that.
I know.
So it's disgusting. It repulses me that that's how crooked and corrupt these people are, that they don't even care enough about American citizens, that putting an illegal behind the wheel of a vehicle and they don't even know the laws in the state that they're driving the truck for. And they're undermining all the truck drivers that had to take classes, they had to pay taxes, and had to do all the things to even have the job they have, and they illegally hand it to these people. That's why I believe that any company that's found that hires illegals, no matter what the jobs are, knowing they're illegal, should be punished on top of the illegals being sent off.
I agree.
So, it's disgusting.
All it would take to stop this would be for the House to attach to a must-pass bill legislation requiring citizenship verification to vote in 2024. And the third thing is that as soon as they have the power and ability to do so, they would pass a law making all illegal aliens into full voting citizens. Had it not been for the fact that Joe Manchin is indeed he's a hardcore liberal. He's voted against us on almost everything of importance. But he did one thing that was noteworthy, which is that he refused to eliminate the filibuster. If he had voted to end the filibuster, they would have, in the first month of Biden's presidency, passed a full Citizenship and Voting Rights Act for all illegal aliens in the country. And they had the votes to do it, but for the fact that Manchin didn't agree to waive the filibuster. Manchin, by the way, he supports amnesty. He would have voted for the bill. He just didn't vote to get rid of the filibuster. So those three things are the primary reasons why Democrats want an open border. There are many others. We don't have time to go into them all, but those are the three big ones.
Yeah. God.
So that is amazing. But I love this guy. If I ever meet him, I'm going to get his autograph because I just love everything he says. He's always on point. He always has so much information.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name. I just went blank. If anybody in the chat knows, I bet Hardwiki knows what it is. But if you can give it to me again, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I really like him. I think he's dedicated to saving our country or trying to save it. At least that's what I get every time I listen to him.
That Trump has put our America first people. You know, I'm still iffy on some, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing come out. I hate that Elon's having his little fit, but it's Elon, so what do you expect? Right?
Well, he's spoiled, but who wouldn't be spoiled?
Exactly. He's acting like the little kid that he is. He's got what's his deal? He's got like
Asperger's.
Asperger's. Okay, so there you go. Says it all.
And he's been rich his whole life, and he's super intelligent.
And I know that there's some things when he was younger, he had problems with his dad or something, but it's still, you're a grown up now. It's time to be an adult.
But any man that wants to have 13 women or 13 kids with all these different women isn't somebody who's stable. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's stable.
At least I wouldn't think it that way.
It's all over
If he came to you and said, "Oh, baby, I want you to have my baby. I'll give you $2 million."
I say, "Give me the $2 million." Boom, boom. Oh, too bad. I can't get pregnant anymore.
Yeah, but then you can take the money back.
No, I take it. It's gone. I already spent it. Well, you didn't go anywhere. I know, but I'm that good. I'm fast. I can spend it. I don't know. I just think he needs to get over himself.
Nah, it's all right. You got plenty of babies already. I'm not going to help you out. But I got one more thing that I thought was pretty interesting. And it's the truth. It's about, another thing that defends you for having a weapon. You know what I mean? It's our right to bear arms. And I think this is a really good little tidbit of information that came across my timeline. It says, Pinal County, Arizona, 911 dispatcher advises a woman in her house to lock her doors, but get her firearm. Furthermore, they advise to use the gun if the suspect is coming in. Everyone should hand this, right? So here we go. This is really good. I really, really enjoyed this. It's great. I wish more people believed in it. And when you do decide to get a handgun, take the classes, learn how to handle it, feel safe when you hold your weapon.
Hey, everyone. Recently, lady called 911 here in Panel County because someone was breaking into her house.
There's some guy, he came to my door, but he went into my neighbor's house.
This dispatcher gave excellent advice. I'd like you to take a moment and listen to it.
He came into my garage. He's trying to get in my back door.
Okay, lock your doors, keep them all locked. Do you have a firearm with you?
I do. He's in my garage. He's trying to get in.
Go get that firearm.
I have a gun. I'll shoot you. Leave. He's in the garage.
While the incident was still going on, Sergeant was monitoring the radio traffic, and this is his direction that he gave.
Advise RP if the subject's trying to get in the house, they have the right to use force.
Be more in agreement with what the direction my dispatcher gave and what the sergeant gave over the radio. Remember, if you want personal protection, buy a gun, learn how to use it, learn when you can use it. I'm Sheriff Ross Teeple, and I approve of this message.
Awesome.
I like that.
Yeah, I wish we had more of that.
Me too. I mean,
that there's a sheriff that does a lot of live, news things talking about arrests when they do these drug busts and child trafficking and things like that in Florida. And I can't remember what his name is, but I share a lot of his videos on my timeline because I just think that kind of stuff is so important, and you just don't see it on the news.
You don't
see enough of the good stuff that's happening. It's because they want to focus on all the bad shit. You know what I mean?
They're not going to have it on the news. That's why when you go to places like you go to get all your little clips, you're getting it from independent people, and they're going to tell you the truth.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
I mean, you can get some, fraudulent stuff out there, but I try to share all the stuff that I have. I share the links, and then I'm going to share real quick. Let me get it real fast. I'm going to get my email for the Friday Night Shit Show, and if you see anything or you hear about something that you think is important and that you would like for us to talk about on the Friday Night Shit Show, Hardwiki many times has sent stuff in the chat and said, "Hey, I sent you something. Check it out," and I brought it and showed it on the show.
That's great.
Because if it's something that you guys are the ones that stop in and listen to some of the things that we talk about.
Right.
And if you think it's important, why wouldn't I want to share it? You understand what I mean? Because to me, this is how we all work together and get facts out. Okay. And if we can get information out and you're sharing it with your family and their family and the other, everyone's sharing it and learning from it, and it's opening up people's eyes, and you're realizing that we can find out as much as we want if we're just willing to take the time to do it. Then guess what? We're helping each other that way. And only good people that love this country are going to be the ones that are going to be fighting for her, right? So, and that's us. That's how I look at it. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who hung out with us tonight, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate American Woman for joining me tonight. And I hope and pray that Bruce is all right.
Me too. If you find out anything, anybody, let us know.
Okay,
Bruce, out there, I'm giving you prayers and happy energy. I hope everything's okay. And Ruben, I hope you feel better.
Yeah, he will. He'll be all right. He's tough. I mean, he's come a long way. I mean, this guy I've known for over 5 years.
Yes,
and he has lost so much weight. He's eating better. He's taking really good care of himself. He's got 2 wonderful women in his life that care about him.
Yep.
And he's trying to get better so he can, end up having a better life.
Right.
And every single thing he's done, he's pretty much done on his own.
Right.
Okay. He had doctors for many years and they didn't help him.
I know.
But when he took charge on his own, he's done a lot better.
Yeah.
So, there's Bruce. Oh, great. I'm going to send him a link so you don't have to leave if you don't want to, so we don't have to quit. Okay, Bruce, just give me 1 second. Sandy, can you talk about something for a second while I send him a link?
Oh my gosh.
It's you can have the show for a second so I can send him an invite.
I don't know. I can't see the chat, so I can't answer any questions. I hope everybody's having a great 4th of July. This is one happy year for me with the president we have and everything that's going on in our government and our FBI. And I know I'm still a little ticked about not getting enough rest, but I'm hopeful that that'll start happening soon, because I think a lot of people need to go to jail. That's just me. If I could do it, I
appreciate it.
Hey, thanks so much.
I sent him a link. So hopefully he'll join us, and he can give us some of his articles, because he had picked a few in the shit show chat, and I told him that I would share them so he could do it in that way. I wouldn't have to do the scrolling and try to keep up with them, pay attention, whatever. But he said he sent me his pizza crust recipe. Hold on, let me put it up here.
What is that?
It will work for either the gluten-free one or the unbleached bread flour. Yeah, I got
awesome
now. So I'm going to. Someone's asking a question.
Okay.
Yes, we are. We are related, but I'm not going to say any names or
Who
anything.
is that?
I don't want any trouble. That's soy-based Jeremy. Hey, Bruce, how are you? Look who showed up tonight.
It's Friday. I like Janet. Here's some articles we can talk about. You're like, well, make sure you have them pulled up, ready to go. I'm like, all right. All I got to do is just throw me I'll share with you, and we'll just.
I didn't share the link with you in your X.
No. I was waiting for it. I actually turn on notifications. As I'm going through this, I turn off everything on my phone.
Where is it? Where did I send it then?
To space.
I just got the link like a minute ago. So
okay, well, I just sent it to you again because I kept saying, "Where is he?" I thought I sent it to you earlier.
I said you probably got a tag box.
Oh my God, I'm such an idiot. I could have swore I did, but I know I sent it to Ruben, and I thought I sent it to you. So maybe I sent it on Discord. I'll have to go look.
Hey,
but I've been checking my phone for your text messages, and I didn't see that I needed to send it again. I mean, until just a few minutes ago. So it's all right. No big deal. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, we're glad you're here.
Six Nations, don't put the pretzel salt under the bread dough once you get that spread out on your, or once you get that rolled out and to where it's ready to go. Use just Italian herbal seasoning because that doesn't really have salt in it. It'll be good. Janet, go ahead. I'm going to share with you my Gateway Pundit screen, and
and I'll
we'll
put it up
just
there
go
for
through the
you.
funny shit. We'll just go through the funny shit that I find on here.
That's great. Here we go.
Boy, it goes so smooth with him around. Jeez.
Yeah. See how great it is?
Yeah.
Do you want me to turn the stars off, Bruce, so they're irritating?
I don't even see it. I'm looking at what I've got here in front of me.
Oh, okay, good. There we go.
So anyway, the former president of the United States, the divider in chief, Barack Hussein Obama, Barry Soetoro, he gets a good dose of his idiocy shoved back onto him. He tweeted out a message today. Independence Day is a reminder that America is not the project of any one person. The single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we. We the people, we shall overcome. Yes, we can. America is owned by no one. It belongs to all citizens. And at this moment in history, when core democratic principles seem to be continuously under attack, it's when too many people around the world have become cynical and disengaged, and now precisely the time to ask ourselves tough questions about how we can build our democracies and make them work in meaningful, practical ways for the ordinary people. And then Twitter, God bless you, Twitter, you fucking lovely degenerate fucking patriots, I love you. Redheaded librarian says the word democracy is written 0 times in the U.S. Constitution, and addressing this great republic is such an anti-American propaganda. The Honorable General Mike Flynn, we at Barack Obama are a constitutional republic, all caps, not a democracy. Joe Biden was the worst POTUS in U.S. history. You were the most corrupt. I don't know which is worse. Let the people decide. So he does a vote. And Barack Obama is the most corrupt. And the persistence, that's Sean Pressler, good man, fine citizen, says, you said it yourself, it belongs to all citizens, not illegal aliens.
Yeah.
So
citizens.
Yeah, citizens, people that love America, people that are here legally,
right,
trying to do America stuff, things, just regular things. I want to have a house. I want to have a good life. I don't want to have to worry about some communist BlackRock guy trying to screw me out of potential,
right,
a potential life to where I could mow my own lawn and have my own chickens.
right.
Be like Janet. If I could be like, sorry. So we've got a few other stories here, and Gateway Pundit's a good news site.
That. I love the Gateway Pundit. I do.
And I gotta open that one up. Let's see. Yeah, that's important. We'll just do a couple of these. So, viral video from 2022. This is what happens when you're an idiot and you have fireworks.
I love this video.
This is a great video. Second greatest video.
You cannot stick it around. It's not going to work. Who did that? You got to put it in the shoe.
That one firework tipped over and shot into the rest of them and lit all of them.
All of it. All of it went away.
Boy was standing there with no shirt on and his shorts on, and he got burnt on his back. Did you see that?
Awful.
I know.
I feel sorry for the dumb kid, but like his parents are the reason why he's at risk.
He was being a good boy. He was standing away from the fireworks they were shooting.
No, Janet. The entire logistics of this entire operation is poor because they have only 20 feet between the launch zone and stowage of the fireworks. And there's no real fire barrier between the family and the launch or the ordnance
And
storage.
from the picture you just saw, the video you just shared with us, who would you blame?
The father. The same guy.
100%.
Yeah, the father
I
fucked
blame
that
the
up.
ones that are shooting it off.
A good man would have been like, no, we're gonna go to the beach, we're gonna go to the lake, and I'm gonna take the boat out, and I'm gonna fire up fireworks from the boat. That way, my family's not in fucking danger. You're gonna be on shore watching me have fun, and that's what a good man would do. That's what every major city does. They do this shit over a lake or river. That's what happened in St. Louis tonight. Beautiful situation. That's what happened in San Antonio. At numerous locations around the city, we did detonate some fireworks above, well above the city streets. You had all sorts of places that did safe fireworks practices. There's a reason why people like me have all 10 fingers. We don't fuck with fireworks. Okay.
Look, I have 10.
Yeah.
I got 9.
Yeah.
So anyway, the forgetter in chief was seen on the beach his first 4th of July weekend since leaving the office. Joe Biden wrestled with his beach chair on Malibu Beach this holiday weekend and lost. Old Joe appears to be half the man he was a few years ago. Less than 1 year ago, Biden was seen at his Delaware beach house struggling to walk through the sand and spinning around in confusion as Dr. Jill squeezed his hand this way, this way, this way. That's exactly how 4 years passed. So at one point, he spent more than 2 weeks. 2 weeks was on vacation, as old Joe did not have to be in front of a camera, but they took cameras anyway. This holiday weekend, Joe Biden was caught on video wrestling with a beach chair. And let me see if I can find this.
You know, he's a lucky bastard to have a wife that actually fawns over him like this. But
yeah, damn it.
Well, you got to remember, his wife was his first kid from his other wife's babysitter.
I know who she was. I'm just saying.
So he was playing with the babysitter as a young girl.
Oh my god!
And you know,
I mean, just basic people want somebody that dedicated. Is what I'm saying. But
I know it's
too bad.
I only expect
he's her wallet.
competency.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only expect competency from my elected leaders. Okay, I'm a very simple man. I want them to be competent. That's it. Don't be less competent than Bruce. That's my bar. If you work with me, be faster than me. If you're hanging out with me, you have to drink more than me, or you don't equal me. Either you drink more or you drink less. One of the two. Just be a decent human being. Don't be such an asshole like me, because I take the shitlord position. Okay. Yeah. Share my tab, please.
Okay, here we go. You ready? I don't know if we're ready, but here we go.
I wish I could have got the video of Joe Biden wrestling that chair.
That would have been fun. Okay, who's reading it?
After 18 years of fighting, Congress has told Planned Parenthood to go fund themselves. And after 18 years of fighting, Congress finally tells Planned Parenthood, go fund yourselves. After nearly 2 decades of relentless pro-life activism, the day has finally come. On July 4th, Congress has stripped Planned Parenthood of nearly $500 million in federal funding, cutting approximately 80% of the taxpayer-backed budget. It is a thunderous victory for the pro-life movement and a devastating blow to America's largest abortion provider, the Temple of Moloch. For years, pro-life advocates were mocked, dismissed, and ignored as they warned about the misuse of federal funds. But the truth can no longer be hidden thanks to Big Dick at Doge. Fueled by a conservative base that refuses to remain silent, Congress acted, and even though the measure only lasts for a year, it sets a historic precedent. For the first time in decades, Planned Parenthood has suffered a defeat on Capitol Hill. Yay. And this is just the beginning. A second budget bill on the horizon. Now that Congress has proven it's possible to defund Planned Parenthood, there's no excuse not to do it again, and this time permanently. The path is clear. Keep the pressure on, refuse to compromise, and never back down. This isn't a fluke. It's a result of years of tireless work, fundraising, lobbying, college debates, rallies, grassroots campaigns, and it was made possible by donors who never gave up, activists who endured endless backlash, and patriots who stood for life against the odds. But the fight is not over. Planned Parenthood is already mobilizing to recover. Reports from the ground indicate they're doubling down on university campuses, targeting students with grotesque promotional tactics like 2-for-1 abortion coupons during back-to-back school fairs. And with their federal funding slashed, they'll be more aggressive in hunting for paying customers. So now it's time for parents, students, faith leaders, and conservatives across America to stay vigilant. The left is not backing down, and neither is the abortion industry. If we want to win the cultural war for life, we must continue to resist the Temple of Moloch's legislative, cultural, spiritual, and moral warfare fronts, and they will be pushing on those fronts. Today we celebrate, and tomorrow we march forward again because the soul of America and the young children deserve to. The pro-life movement will never quit. I'm Bruce Lombardo, live from San Antonio.
I like how you kept adding the temple and all that stuff on there. That was hilarious.
Well, you sacrificed children.
I know.
Not
but
you.
Remember, it wasn't that long
Not
ago
you.
that they defunded
you know?
PBS too. Remember? PBS got their funding taken because you had all these people running that place that were living in mansions and they're getting this huge amount of money, and it's all from money from taxpayers.
Yeah.
When they have ads, they sell all that Sesame Street stuff and all the different stuff from their shows, and we're still funding it. See,
Mhm.
so they finally stopped. See, this is what people don't understand yet. All this money, once like next fiscal year comes in, this is no longer going to be coming out. So we are going to have more money in there because millions and 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 millions of dollars that have been coming out for all these programs from Doge, from PBS, from all these other things are gone. They're no longer sucking the tit of the taxpayer. Thank goodness, because it sucks. No, I was kidding. But we're going to get money. We're going to have more money in there available to be used like it was supposed to be used. Just like Trump said, if things go the way Trump is planning by the end of his 4 years, we're going to have so much money, we're not going to know what to spend it on. Gosh. Remember, we had Doge even saying that they wanted to get rid of USAID and some of these other NGOs and be able to just write checks back to the people that were paying taxes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait to find out what really happens once all the money that they're taking from us, and we actually see it going to accounts and saying, hey, you know what? We're making such a huge amount of money and we're doing so well. We're going to give kickbacks. We're going to give checks. We're going to start sending checks back to the taxpayers to refund them a lot of money that they've been sending in for decades and being wasted on bullshit that we never voted for.
What was this last thing that Trump was saying about was it taxes on I think it was today it came out, taxes on on houses or something, some kind of a tax break for us, or no taxes anymore. I'll have to look it up.
No tax on tips and no taxes on overtime.
Yeah, that was in the bill, but he's talking about something new, a new thing that he wants to push.
He wants to end property taxes.
Yeah, property taxes.
That's it. No more property tax.
Yeah, somebody said it in the chat. Let me go up the chat because somebody said that earlier. I think it might have been
see that. I can see it.
Hold on. I'm going through this real quick. Terrible.
And I think people shouldn't be taxed for their overtime or our waitresses and stuff. Their service, don't get paid much. Why tax them with their tips? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but one of the other things, did we ever get rid of it where, like, when you died, you had to pay a death tax? You know,
Yeah.
your family was stuck having to pay money for you after you died.
Yep.
You know, it's like, it's stupid. You know,
It
all
is.
these, it's like they just, sucking you on a daily basis isn't enough. So we got to suck you now after you die. It's like, it's
And I hate
bullshit.
to be sucked.
Vampires.
Right.
Yeah, I hate it. It sucks.
I do too.
I'm just, you know, we have a new society going on. The golden age of America is starting up again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy that I'm alive during this time.
Me too.
Me too. I'm so happy that I was so doom and gloom last year, thinking, oh my God, if we get this other cackling hyena, we're dead. Our country is not going to survive. I mean, I was petrified that they were going to cheat their way in because they'd already done it.
I knew that she
And I was so thankful when I found out that we won, you know, just because it gave me hope that we could still have a country that so many people have died to preserve. And now we've got actual people in there that are trying to clean house. You know, they're trying to go in and clean the drawers and the closets and of all the mice and the roaches. You know, they're putting roach bait out and they're doing all this stuff, trying to clear it out because you can't let new family move in until you got all the nasty shit out. And I'm hoping that we can. It's going to be a lot of work though, because there was so much. Way more than I ever even imagined. When this whole USAID stuff started coming out, I was like, what the fuck? No wonder we're in such bad shape. We got so much money just going to every dumbass thing you could possibly think of and not going to take care of the people that are already here. You know, all the veterans, and they're having to fight for every penny they get and the fight and prove that they got hurt in the military and go to hundreds of meetings and phone calls and emails and shit just to get their measly little check.
Yeah.
Because they need help.
But if they went in and said, I want to be a woman, they would have got funded right away. Boom.
That's with your tax dollars.
I know. It's disgusting.
It is, all of it. Well, go ahead.
Janet,
you ready for the next one?
Yep, I'm ready.
Here we go.
We're doing memes now.
Oh, no. Okay. It's meme time.
It's meme time.
All right. Let's go.
This comes off of Community Post.
Mm-hmm.
So the first meme is Diddy.
Baby Orlean.
Yes, he did.
It's like we're slapping this stuff on, baby. How you liking it?
Then you got all the girls gathered around Trump and fucking Biden. You lucky sumbitch.
Disgusting.
Happy 4th of July from Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
Oh my God, it's it. It is it. I just did the escape room, and that's what it looked like.
From Rugrats, a little kid from Rugrats.
Well, I don't know what the fuck. Like this lady, like the we need her back on adrenochrome.
Well, I think that they doctored that picture a little bit because I don't think she looks that bad in real life. You know what I mean?
I don't know if she's that horrid looking in real life, but that looks terrible. Happy Independence Day. Someone wiped my butt. I shit my pants.
Oh my gosh.
You have a shirt that says that.
Yes,
Who
I
shit
do.
my pants or something like that? Don't you, Bruce?
Yes. Who shit my pants?
Who shit my pants with Biden on it? It's hilarious.
Got that
Go ahead.
confused look on it. Heaven gaining new fingers every 4th of July. Come join us. I love it.
That's so sad. It is sad.
Surprise, you're a retard.
Hey, there's some coming up, Janet.
Do what?
There's some talking or something coming up.
This guy, are you seeing this? The Chris Farley screaming at dumbass.
Oh God! Shut up. Yeah, I know that whole display. I talked about it earlier. It's just repulsive.
This holiday was made possible by citizens with guns. Happy Independence Day. The gun owners of America are going to sue Congress because they're not effectively pleased enough with the big, beautiful bill. They want more regulations on firearms lifted. They're going to go the legal route. And
good. Let them.
the
We got
GOP
$200 worth of taxes taken off of guns that have a smaller or shorter than 16-inch barrel.
short barrel rifle. I
Yeah.
love the idea of a short barrel rifle.
Well,
I don't need something that's like 3.5 foot. I'm not doing an elephant. I'm not shooting elephants.
Yeah.
Alligator Alcatraz, No Escape, No Mercy, coming this summer.
Yep. It's working right now.
Yep. I'm loving it.
Dogs on the 5th of July. The explosions, it changes you, man.
Yeah, the poor puppies.
Oh.
Put your dog inside on the 4th of July. That's all it means. When you bite into the Kit Kat, but it tastes like chocolate instead of like cats. Angry Chinese noises.
Oh, that's not a nice one.
Infant, it means struggle, and so does Mein Kampf.
Yeah, they're in deep. I'm praying for that city.
I'm praying for New York so hard, but they're so stupid. They'll vote him in because he's got a D on his
Yeah,
name.
they're dumb, but they've got to see it. They got to live it, and they'll know.
Yeah,
I mean,
but then we're
You can't
going to
look
have
at
to
Vince
bail them out,
for a
people.
timeline and what's
That's
going
the
on over there. You're
problem.
dumb to think that's not going to happen.
I don't want to bail them out, and
Neither
I
do
don't
I.
think we should.
We shouldn't have to.
I think it's great. We're going to have our own Escape from New York movie.
Yay!
It's terrible.
A dictum. When you act like a dick, then act like a victim.
We have a lot
Senator
of.
Alex Padilla,
Yep.
Democrat, California. Billionaires should stay out of politics, except for these ones.
Aw.
I just want to read some books to your chickens.
Oh yeah.
Nope, you're not allowed.
Saturated fat, trans fat.
Oh man.
Nope, I don't want it.
I'm so glad that one's out of the public eye.
Me too.
When Democrats check their temperature, nope, you're still stupid. Trump derangement syndrome pills. Take 2 and try being American for a change. It's not a phobia. I'm not afraid of you. All Americans should feel that way. This is the hill the Democrats have chosen to die on. Get your list. Get your empty sheets of paper ready. Defending illegal immigration, defunding the police, DEI, no voter ID to vote, transgender children, sanctuary cities, Palestine ICE, gun grabbing, critical race theory, abortion on demand, men and women's sports, defending fraud, waste, and abuse in government spending, student loan forgiveness, and no cash for bail. There are many others, but these are the ones that made news headlines in the last 10 months.
Interesting.
Oh boy, we gotta go eat. Where are we going, Mom? To a brand new Mexican place that just opened.
It's a little gator on top of a mama gator's head.
And Julian Assange has said this before. When everything's exposed, 98% of Washington, D.C. will fall.
Right.
I can't wait. Your terms are acceptable.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor? Will it be Vladimir Zelensky, Jasmine Crockett, unknown protester guy, or AOC stars in the fattening? By the way, I'm a man of culture. I love a woman with curves, not hers. Hers are getting to the point where we're bordering between thickness and, oh dear God, oh, is she coming?
I was gonna say I got a lot of guy friends that said that they'd sleep with her. They don't care that she's a liberal.
Old photos.
And,
I mean,
well,
they're looking at old photos, not the recent stuff, because now she looks kind of slovenly, like she's just kind of given up.
well, they're all out of adrenochrome.
She's who she?
You know,
what?
They're out of adrenochrome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're starting to fade in the woodwork.
The
You know what I'm
adrenochrome
saying?
stick has been secured. Trump is in office.
It's all fun and games until the Freedom Doritos show up.
You're brought to you by Iran.
Mm-hmm.
These are refugees, and these are not refugees.
Yeah, they're all men.
The original big, beautiful bill.
Oh my God.
Good.
It's a
Love
real
that
photo.
one.
Me too.
Yeah, I used to have that as my Facebook photo when I finally said F you and laughed.
Yep. Here's a scary thing. The kids that were eating the Tide Pods are now old enough to drive.
Oh God.
That's scary.
I'm loving it. This is one of my previous profile photos. This is what I voted for.
Yep, I like it. The Trump bull in the China shop.
I demand reparations from every idiot that voted for Biden.
Yeah,
That'd be great if we could get it.
Hey, Janet.
Yeah,
I'm getting a call.
Okay.
From my daughter.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Thanks
Okay.
for hanging out.
Goodbye, everybody.
Love you, Sandy.
Call. It's good to see you, Bruce. Good to see everybody.
It's always good to see you. Man.
Bye.
We need to figure out some way to prolong your dad's happy life, because
I wish I could get my other 3 sisters on. We've had 3 on. I've had 2.
I'm going to say, like, one of my favorite days I ever had on the stream was when I was with 3 of the Janet girl, with Jennifer and Sandy, and I thought that I had died and gone to heaven. But at the same time, it was reality because I got no words in whatsoever. I didn't say a word for like an hour.
I know, it's real easy. That's why when we went to the hospital when my dad had surgery, he had to have surgery, and it was Dana, Kathy, and I, and we were like tag teaming, to make sure he's never by himself in his room. And the nurses would come in, and I remember we were all 3 in there right before they were going to do surgery because we wanted to know what they were going to do, right? And the nurse came in, and then the surgeon came in. Well, it wasn't the nurse. It was a woman doctor. His doctor was a woman. And then the surgeon came in, and they were talking about what they were going to do. And we were answering all the questions, all of us sisters. And she looked at my dad and said, "Do you ever get to speak?" It was so funny. And he just smiled and shrugged his shoulders. And she goes, "Well, you're one lucky man because, most parents that come in here or people that come in here don't have their children here to want to help them out. And you have 3 of them." So it made me feel good because, that's just what we do out of all of us sisters. We all try to take turns and be good to our parents.
I like it. America's so great that even the people who hate it aren't leaving.
Yep, that's exactly true.
And here's one of my favorite memes. I don't accept science from people who claim to a man can be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're upset about the illegals losing housing, EBT, and Medicaid, you can always just open your wallet and sponsor one.
Mm-hmm.
Do not hesitate.
I like that one. Oh my God, that was a good one.
When you calm down and quit posting all that stupid shit, we'll take the jacket off and let you post again.
I like that one too.
Here, I saw that. This man eats 83 wieners in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you should have that picture of that other woman on there.
It should have the girl that did 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the whole Olympics. When did the whole Olympics become a thing? This is not the timeline that I really wanted to be on, but okay, I guess I'll be there. I'm proud to be an American.
I just wish that I could get a printout, a sheet of paper that print out all the men that were involved in that, because I would tell every woman, if you want a decent man, make sure it's not one of these men. because none of these men that would do that, be the 75th, be 128, be 372. I mean, it's disgusting. Just the thought of it.
And you know, some guy, probably a minority, thought he was leveling up the day. I'm going to eat that shit. You know for a fact that was happening. It's just sad.
They were standing in line and she was passing them out their condoms, knowing they're just going to poke it in or whatever. And oh, hey, when they're going to strap a board to my ass because I don't want to be, because I'm 527. It's disgusting. Oh, and any man that would get turned on, because they'd have to be turned on to be able to do that to that woman after being with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men, it's just disgusting. And I would not want that man even in the same room with me. To me, it's disgusting. Because if you guys can look at a woman that's been slept with thousands of times and still think she's attractive and you want to marry her, that's, or you can look at her and think that's repulsive. Well, that's how I'm looking at those men. Every single man that was standing in line.
I don't disagree with you. Like, they're less of a man for wanting to be 333.
That's just gross. That's like the lowest of the low, almost at the bottom of the barrel. It's gross.
I'm going to share a different tab instead before I get back to the memes.
Okay,
so French police puncture the rubber boats with illegal migrants trying to cross the channel to Britain. And despite the UK having paid the French almost £500 million sterling to keep the migrant boats from departing Calais and other beaches to cross the channel into Britain, the numbers of illegal invasions just are rising. They just can't stop it. So we're seeing record numbers of illegal immigrants from Starmer had virtue signaled the Labour Party, and they've removed nearly all deterrents. The illegal immigrants must be deported. It's time to back the makers, not the takers. And so what happened, 4 French police have punctured the channel's migrant boats at sea for the first time, and it's a considerable change of tactics backed by the British. There's an idiot, Kirill Starmer, and he says, we've got our arms open, we're ready for you. This is the replacement theory that we hypothesized about vocally in the last 10 years. And the Brits are giving away their bounty of land and their prospect of prosperities. They're just saying, come over here, people that have no vested interest in our country. And they win. It's been happening for 2 generations at least. And the French are coming to their aid. Even though the French have their own problems and their own immigrant problems, these guys are wanting to go to Britain, and the French police instead decided we're just going to make those rafts unusable, and that's exactly what they did. I feel very happy that this is going on. And these are French police. They can use real knives.
Look at that guy's doing.
And they were getting in boats to go where?
Sailing from France to England. It's 90 miles.
He's pulling them in.
There's something ridiculously small. You cover it within a couple hours.
So the police now.
Yeah, but look how much money just in life jackets is on that boat.
Shore, so it's not
that
too
they're
dangerous
poking
for those
holes
on
in.
board. And you can see everyone's giving up now.
This makes me happy.
So they want to keep them in France and feed them and take care of them. Is that what?
No, they want to deport them from France back to the Middle East, back to their shithole country. That looked like a woman that was going up the beach. That fat one in the tent. Oh, that makes me so happy.
See, good stuff is happening around the world. It's just that the media, regular media, because of the Smith-Mundt Act, can use propaganda. They can show whatever they want. Thanks to Obama. Obama is the one that implemented that. So we need our congressmen, the new ones, to do something now and take that out.
I agree.
Little things like that. Our Congress can do stuff and fix some of this crap and do something. Get out their ass and fix Social Security, fix property taxes. I mean, there's so many things that they could be working on, but I just don't have any faith in them. All the rhinos are they're ruining our country.
Oh, I
see, a Democrat, I don't expect anything else from them. Everything they're doing is not shocking to me because they're Democrats. But when you got people that say they're conservatives doing shit and they're really just rhinos, they're to me, they're the ones we need to get rid of them. So I don't know. Can help
Good.
it.
So here, for those of you that live in Tennessee, they made a new law enacting to where it makes it a felony to house illegal immigrants for rent.
Mm-hmm.
And they've enacted a groundbreaking law that makes harboring illegal migrants a punishable crime.
Mm-hmm.
Signed into effect by Governor Bill Lee in May of this year, Senate Bill 392, which took effect July 1st, a few days back.
Yeah.
Sends a clear message. Tennessee will not be a safe haven for those who flout federal immigration laws. The new targets are landlords, business owners, sanctuary sympathizers who knowingly harbor illegal aliens in exchange for renter services. It's a Class E felony, punishable by up to 6 years in prison and fines up to $3,000. That's relatively small, but not everybody has $3,000 laying around to spend on a fee or regulation.
Yeah.
For cases involving children under 13, the penalty escalates to a Class A felony with potential sentences up to 60 years. A coalition, including the Southeastern Synod of Evangelical Lutheran Church, TIRRC, ICAP, and the American Immigration Council, has sued in federal court to block the law, citing Americans' First Amendment and Supremacy Clause violations. So they filed the lawsuit on the 20th of June, followed by a Nashville landlord and Mexican immigrant in the state. They alleged the law is unconstitutionally vague, oversteps federal authority to regulate immigration, and could place churches, landlords, and immigrant communities in the state's crosshairs.
This law is not just harmful, it's unconstitutional.
Elizabeth Cruikshank, senior counsel for the Institute of Constitutional Advocacy and Protection at Georgetown Law, which is a party to the lawsuit, said in the news release,
Immigration enforcement's a responsibility of the federal government, not something states can pick up and weaponize however they choose.
The complainant also said that the law infringes on the First Amendment freedoms of the church members to express their faith by providing immigrant services to immigrants.
These kinds of state laws have the possibility to be really destabilizing to communities because they create an atmosphere of fear for people about the status of immigrants within their communities.
Bill Powell, an attorney for the plaintiffs, tells the Post. Tennessee State Senator Brent Taylor and Representative Chris Todd, both Republicans who sponsored the bill, no Democrats voted for it, said it was aimed at stopping human trafficking, not prosecuting landlords or religious groups. And it's kind of interesting because whenever you have a situation where you have ICE come on property and take a whole bunch of illegals out of there, the next day you'll have hundreds of Americans show up ready to get a job. It's amazing. That happens time and time again.
Yeah.
So I think that's the last of the stories I want to share because this is a happy day.
Yeah.
And I want to share something.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
This is a gentleman from Brazil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeremy. He used to be on Jeremy and them show a lot.
He still does appearances. This is Dan Bass.
Gamers. Yeah.
Are you guys ready to rock? He is.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful voice. awesome.
That is so damn good.
Yeah, he's really good. When I first got to hear some of his songs, he was singing stuff from the Witcher TV series. Really kick ass. I mean, I think his brother was the one filming him and stuff. So yeah, I started watching him. I follow him on Twitter. I mean, not on Twitter, but on TikTok. After I saw him on Geeks and Gamers.
Here's a scary picture. This is a real California senator.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because they want young girls and boys, so they try to promote that they're old enough to make those decisions, just like the same ones that said that 11 12-year-old kids are old enough to decide to cut off their testicles and their breasts and have their uterus removed, not realizing that they haven't even gone through puberty. They've never really fell in love, whether or not they would want to have families in the future, because
This
they're
guy-
children.
This jackass is a senator in California,
Mhm.
and the book he was actually holding up says Gender Pioneers, a celebration of transgender, non-binary, and intersex icons. Philippa Punchard.
Disgusting.
And this is Senator Scott Wiener. And as more and more states ban books and drag queens, we're celebrating both at San Fran's Public Library Night of Ideas. It's just kind of disgusting, if you ask me.
It is. It's very disgusting.
I just want to learn math, science, and English so I can get a job, buy a house, and start a family. Whoa there, check your white privilege, says the he, her, she, her.
Mm-hmm.
Relaxing after my first shift at Alligator Alcatraz. That's kind of cute.
Yeah. Little round belly and no tail.
Deport Pedro. Today's world summed up. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly it.
Have you watched Landman yet, Janet?
No, I haven't had time. But now that I'm back, I'm trying to get back into my schedule. So hopefully I'll be able to do that.
Okay, well, I started watching Tulsa King while I wait, but they should have Landman Season 2 on in November. Tulsa King's really good, but I don't know. I just hit episode 9, and I haven't watched it yet. It has a chance to go down real far. If they manage to pull it off, I'll be happy. But all 10 episodes of Landman Season 1 are fucking award-winning American show. That's the best show on any channel right now, I think, in recent memory.
I'm not going to say anything bad about the other show you were talking about.
Tulsa King.
Yeah, but the person that is starring in that,
Yeah.
I think I've told you before how I think about that person, and I'm not interested in helping him make money. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine.
It's sad because I'm sure the other people in his show makes it good, but I just can't do it.
But the
other one I will.
Yeah, Landman is amazing. Tulsa King is pretty good. It's a crime Sopranos-esque show.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because instead of it being in the Northeast, they drag this guy to Tulsa, and he has to kind of get used to Tulsa. But he starts doing the same shit he was doing in the Northeast. So we'll see what happens. Apparently, season 2 is really good too. I haven't watched it yet. I'm watching like an episode a day.
Yeah. One day when we're just chatting, I'll tell you about it if you want to hear about that story. It's
Sure. We'll turn off the camera.
No, I'm talking to a Hardwick.
Oh.
Hardwicky, because I've told you the story already.
Yeah, you have. I know he's not a nice guy.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
You're Barbie. She smokes and will drink you under the table, and she probably knows your dad. I enjoyed the fireworks display I saw. The wife, why is your back all scratched up? Flashback to me chasing a raccoon after she told me to leave it alone. It's just easier to say, honey, I'm having an affair. Posting will continue until the government improves.
Well, what are you looking at? I don't see anything.
Oh shit. My
I
bad.
was like, I thought you were just telling a joke, and I thought that was funny, but I was like, but then you were acting like you were looking at something. I was
Yeah,
like, what is he looking
because I
at?
am, and I thought
Oh, yeah,
you were
we
still
didn't get
sharing it.
it was closed.
Why is your back all scratched up? I remember the chasing the raccoon. She told me to leave it alone. I'm having an affair, baby. Shit posting will continue
Pathetic.
until the government improves. I reshared that one. Wait, so people can say whatever they want? Yeah. Okay, let's give them guns. Oh my god, this country's going to be so lit. Health tip: don't take advice from people who think the world is overpopulated.
Well, I want to say something real quick. He posted this. It says, "Is it about the police report filed, then recanted by a 16-year-old girl in Las Vegas?" Probably not, but it's something to
That
do
goes
with
on the
young
pile.
girls. Yeah, I'll just put
That
it that way. And what's
that goes on the pile,
disgusting
Hardwick.
is the fact that he's interested in young women that look like they could be his own kid, his own daughters, and that's to me is just that's too much for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sharing a.
Oh,
God damn it!
he closed it. Close the picture.
I was okay.
Don't touch the screen.
Don't put your finger on it.
Okay, so you have. I'll read it to you. It says, "Make a cake." They said it'll be fun. They said, "Put rockets on it." They said, "I'm not making a cake next year."
Yeah, it looks like
They
little
won't let me.
penises.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think it's cute. That's a cute one. She needs to put it in the meme room.
Strip clubs in New York after Mayor Mandami becomes the mayor.
Yeah. They just take young girls off the street and put them in there.
Yeah, they'll
And young
or young
boys.
boys.
Yeah, boys
Fucking
and girls.
Bakabazi. I mean, that's like my entire problem with that religion is at its inception, where he just like fucking married a 9-year-old, but he waited till she was 12 to. Oh wait, he married her when she was 6. He fucked her when she was 9.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
But see, the thing is, the other thing that people don't talk about is that a lot of the young girls are mutilated to where they can't enjoy
Can't
sex
enjoy it.
naturally
Let them have
because
fun.
they don't want them to like it, because then they'll cheat, you know. And then the boys are the ones that are to have fun with, if you know what I'm saying. The women are for procreation, to have more babies. So, and
Americans.
then if you show any skin or your hair or anything like that, and someone happens to see it, that's not your husband, they'll just stone
Raven.
you in the street. So it's like, it's terrible. I would never want to live there.
So here's the Americans. Why can't you be normal? And New Yorkers trying to elect a communist jihadist mayor.
It's terrible.
Shoplifters will be butt fucked. Make eye contact while sticking Snickers in my pocket, says Mariah Beverly.
Yeah, but see, that's what he's saying too. In New York, he's saying that he's wanting to put grocery stores and stuff like that with
they're going to be empty.
So everyone can afford it and have one in their town, but they're not telling you that everyone's going to be able to go in and take $900 every day off the shelf for free. You know
There
what I'm
won't be
saying?
any fucking stores left.
I know. It's pathetic, but it's sad because the people that are used to going in and getting the free stuff, they're the ones that are going to vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ones who actually pay employees and go to work to pay their bills and take care of their kids. Those are the ones that aren't going to vote for him, but they're the ones that are going to suffer when the other person gets elected and all that stuff starts collapsing. And then they're going to say, oh, we failed. We need $15 billion
More money
to fix some of the problems that we have. And then they're going to ask us for it. And I live in a state that has a balanced budget amendment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're living on the dimes that we can afford. And we're having to bail out a state that knows that they're going to go up belly up, but they're still going to spend it. See, I just say, fuck you. I don't want to give them one penny. I wish that we could vote. I hope that Trump says they're asking for a bailout. Do you guys want to bail them out? I'm going to let you decide, and then have a special election and see what state wants to give money to bail them out, because there won't be any. I don't even think a liberal state would even give them money. I bet Oregon, Washington, and California will say, hell no, I ain't giving you money. We need the money for ourselves.
Raven's Refuge, if you go into Shadow and Sun server on Discord, I'm in there. It's just one big word: dead communists are best. Ask your doctor if a drug with 1,291 side effects listed on 32 pages, including blood clots, strokes, and heart attacks, is right for you. Brought to you by Pfizer. Illegals should not get Medicaid. Non-citizens are already eligible to receive Medicaid, you stupid maggot. Oh, then you won't mind if we do that. No! Racist! Have you ever listened to some folks for a minute and thought their cornbread ain't done in the middle?
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't even take a few minutes.
I hiss in your general direction.
Mm-hmm.
America, a country so great, even the people who hate it won't leave. Yeah, there she is. Communism. Follow me for more recipes. When you meet somebody who uses pronouns, gender check. These Democrats have ruined California. Yep. If you're a Californian, then you understand just how much they have taken from you.
I found some I want to share.
Okay. I'll
Just
stop sharing.
Give me 1 second. I want to share it because it took me a minute to figure out who it was, but it's from that one cartoon, adult cartoon. It's in the shit show chat. So let's see if you guys if you know who this is. Do you know who this is, right?
Oh shit! It's
yeah. Now listen to this. You listen to this. You guys are gonna like it if you know who it is.
Y'all hear about the influencers? Boy, I don't understand how somebody can earn a living just talking on the internet. I tell you what.
The Illuminati's algorithm, Hank, is delivering a massive cult following to all the blacklisted voices hiding behind the mafia's devilish black horn, a.k.a. the influencers.
No, I don't need to look on the internet to get influenced.
Maybe if they hear my voice, the algorithm will be reversed and I'll save all of humanity from all the injections of mosquito larvae the government's trying to tap into our bloodstreams one person at a time.
All I need to do is walk outside and look at my lawn.
Hey, John Redcorn.
Hank, the Great Spirit has birthed a famine of holistic healing. I've had an affair with your best friend's wife for 13 years.
Yeah, Lenore was like a doorknob. Everybody got a turn. Big deal.
My lawn's an influencer.
Sorry, Bill.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I'm going to share that in the chat for everybody who wants to keep it. But I thought they did a great job. I was really impressed on how hard they worked to be able to make that and to actually sound like them. And I went back and looked at the cartoon and was like, wow, they did a good job. I was impressed. So for some reason, something you said made me think about that being in there, and I wanted to share it. So I'm done. But it's in the chat, you guys. So anyone who wants it, you can get it and share it with your friends or whatever.
I am going to go bookmark that Dan Bass Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, yeah.
When I sign off, that'll be the last thing I fucking have going on my videos from now on. So
yeah, I have a new outro that I found that I really liked. To me, it's very inspirational. And since I'm not going to another concert, I don't need the other outro that I had for his concert, right?
Yeah, understandable.
So
that's all I have to share. There's other memes out there. There are many more. You can go find them for yourselves. But I wanted to be part of tonight's show. I'm sorry that I missed the majority of it with your sister, but
It's okay.
I have fun with you. And
Ruben
I'm
had fun. So Ruben had a good time
Oh
until
my
he started hurting, more.
Yeah.
And he had to leave. But I'm glad I saw your stuff in the chat, because I was like, I could have swore I sent you a link, because I sent you one, and then I sent one to Ruben, and then I sent one to Sandy to make sure she could come. So I don't know. I must have accidentally sent it to somebody else. That's all I could think of. So I don't know who it was, but oh well. They didn't join, thank goodness. But thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and hope everybody had a wonderful 4th. Because
I
as
want
you see
I
my
just want to mention to Hardwick, I've not seen Chuck yet. It's on my list to watch, and I'm pretty certain I'm going to enjoy it because I like the cast that I've seen so far. Yvonne Stratsky, or whatever her name is, she's just an amazing actress. She does her own stunts. She's really good.
Mhm.
And new Flora for itchy, watery eyes. Side effects may include, but not limited to, low eye vision, low sperm count, high taxes, limp dick, hunchback, heart attack. It's a doctor-approved Flora.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Nerdy Yogurt, good to see you here. Crafting Gamer, good to see you as well.
Yeah.
Art also says there's a apology video by Dan Bask. Just follow Dan Bask, everybody. He's
Yeah.
a real fun guy. He really is.
Yeah, he's really fun, and he's nice. He's a nice guy too.
I've not met him. I know he
Very
goes to
talented.
conventions. Yeah,
Very
super talented.
Yeah.
I
Music.
I actually put on my playlist his band that he released a tape in 2013, but it didn't really get a lot of traction. I'm going to listen to that next week and get back to you on that, because it might be something you want to put on your Spotify or something.
Well, yeah, and when I first started listening to him back years ago, when he was first starting out, I guess, and he was on Geeks and Gamers. That's when I first started going and watching his videos and stuff that his brother was doing of him, and he was doing a lot of the stuff from that one game or from the TV show. The one where whatever his name, The Witcher, I guess is what it's called. And he was really, really good. Oh, he's very talented.
He has a band called Fearless. If you like heavy metal or hard rock, I would suggest look at that. And he's got some videos out there. I think he's just one of the more talented musicians. He's in that musical tier for independent musicians that I would say, like, if you know who Liliac is out of California, now they're in Atlanta, Georgia. Liliac is a supremely talented band, but they had a leg up. Their dad was a record producer. He's Hungarian, and him and his wife, both of Hungary, they made it over here. And when she started producing children, he started putting each of the children in different musical classes. The first daughter got into drums. The oldest son learned lead guitar. The middle child, the younger daughter, is a vocalist of really good quality. And then the two youngest boys are a keyboarder and the bassist. And now they do tours, and they've been doing really well. They didn't make enough to get over to Europe. They had a goal with their releases, but they've been doing fantastic. And so if you like hard rock, Liliac is one of the few bands that's come out in the last 5 years. Off of their success on YouTube and social media, they're now a viable band. And if you see them that'll be playing in your area, I would recommend it. I seriously recommend going to see them because they put on a good show. They've been in San Antonio a couple of times. It's nice. Your ears, protect your ears though. The daughter, the middle daughter sounds like Janis Joplin. If you, I know I just said something that some of you kind of like, what? No, she goes from like Janis Joplin, and then she turns around and she'll do a Dawkins song. It's wonderful. So That's all I have to say. My name is Bruce, and happy 4th of July for each and every one of you, no matter where you may be or where you're from. I want you to have liberty and freedom and all the availability of the potentials that's out there. It's up to us to figure out how to get to our potential and success.
God bless America. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I'm so thankful that I live in this country and that I'm an American. And I'm glad that Donald Trump is our president. And I know a lot of people don't agree with me, which is okay. But one day, after everything he does, you're going to reap the benefits of what me and other people like me voted for, so that you can get the help that you need in the future that you don't even realize that you need, apparently, if you're dead set against him. But one day you will, and hopefully you'll say, wow, I'm glad other people were thinking about the rest of the country, not just themselves like I was. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hoping. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. And I really appreciate you hanging out and supporting me. And I hope you guys like my new outro. I really like it. And hopefully it'll get you to think about what is, what to look forward to and what kind of people that you might want in your life. Thank you so much, and God bless America. Good night. Good night, Bruce.
If you wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. If you wear simple clothes, people think you're poor. If you speak your mind, you're rude. If you stay quiet, then you're a coward. If you're successful, then you're arrogant. And if you're struggling, then you're lazy. You see, no matter what you do in life, people will always have something to say. So ignore people and their opinions. Because so long as your God is pleased with you, who cares what people think?